Hello and welcome back to the True Crime Comedy Podcast, Murderess Podcast. I am your host, Sidney Smith, with my co-host,
Jamie Kamaya.
What up, Jay?
How are you?
How are you? How you doing, man?
Wicked good.
Is this gonna be me doing a podcast with Mark Wahlberg?
No, we're just getting all our t-shirts out of the way.
Wicked good. We're not making a wicked good.
It's been taken.
I'm pretty sure there's a t-shirt probably hanging at Wahlburgers.
Yeah, I've been there. You know, it was okay. It was all right.
I have friends who are huge Wahlberg fans, and they live out on the East Coast. And I remember them going to Wahlburgers a year or so back and taking pictures of the food and being there. And I think they might have met Donnie too as well.
It's possible. I mean, they're both. Donnie's there more, I think. You know, there's that one brother that nobody knows.
Yes, who's a chef.
The chef who started it all, and then I think.
Can you be a chef of burgers?
I guess. I don't know. Make it fancy enough.
If you're Burger King, or would they let you wear a hat for that? You get a chef hat if you grill. I should get a hat for grilling burgers outside.
Oh, like a tall white hat. It's like how tall your white hat is. That indicative of your level of chefness? I'm not sure how that works.
I get like a Kango.
Yeah, I get a Kango. I have like this white yarmulke on my head. That's all I got.
That's all I got is a white. Oh, we went straight to racism.
No, that's sexism, isn't it?
Well, I was getting there next. Podcast will be canceled now. Yeah, so they went there and took pictures, and I asked, I said, hey, and I'm sorry, folks, we're going to get to the paying some bills here, but I asked, so how was the food? And she goes, it was okay. It wasn't, you know.
Burger was a little dry.
I mean, it's a burger. And then I hear about the price points. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
Oh, you're paying for the name.
And the name is Wahlberg. So
you're paying to be able to check in on Facebook. At Wahlburgers.
I can't wait until we're big enough where I can open up a restaurant and just throw Sidney on it.
Just Sydney's steaks.
And Sydney's steaks. And all I sell is steak and pudding. That's it. $80 for
what's for dessert? Pop-Tarts.
No, there will be no Pop-Tarts. That's at your restaurant.
There will be if I'm there.
That's at Jamie's. That's we're going across the street at Jamie's restaurant. Pop-Tart joint. You'll get all your Pop-Tarts over there.
Yeah. Be nothing but brown sugar and cinnamon.
Oh my God. Then I'm looking at these. It's weird because I love Pop-Tarts, but I only like the strawberry ones. Do you, I think, like any of them?
Fair.
But now I'm starting to see these ads about what these kids are doing. Oh, you can freeze them and you can do, and they test it. I'm like, what do you just eat the fucking Pop-Tart? Either put it in a toaster or don't. That's it.
I feel like if you freeze it, it's going to get very crummy when you try to break it.
I think if you freeze it, your brain's been frozen. This is
Pop-Tart was good till I broke a tooth off in it.
All right, let me get to paying some bills. Thank you guys very much for joining us here today. Again, another week. Numbers. Jamie and I were talking before the show. Numbers look better than they did last week. So thank you guys.
Thank you
for who had maybe shared it with someone else, or folks that we hit up, say, hey man, check it out. Thank you guys for going and actually checking it out and downloading it. Hopefully you just subscribed to it as well and you enjoyed it. I will implore you to go ahead and drop us a message, even if you can, just on our website, murderesspodcast.com, and let us know what you think of it, or hit us with any questions you might have. Also, I want to get this out of the way yet. But before we go any further, I do want to mention a couple other things. Go on to Apple Podcasts. I know a lot of you guys do listen to us on Apple. I get to see those numbers every single week. So I know there's quite a few of you. If you have not had a chance yet, please make some time. Give us a 5-star rating and a nice review. That helps us. It helps
review.
A nice review. It helps us be found easier on Apple Podcasts. So if you guys could do that for us, we would definitely appreciate it. And leave us a nice comment, like I was saying before. Jamie's happy with any comment, but Jamie is Jamie. I am Sidney.
Just 5 stars. That's what matters.
No, and good comments. You know how many other podcasts I went and researched before we started this one and looked at the reviews? Nobody wants to have shitty reviews inside of their podcast.
But what if we get like nothing but 5 stars and then every review is shitty?
Because
people be like, wait, I got to listen to this.
No way. Because if
I know what's going on.
If they're anything like me, they're going to go through and read those reviews and be like, how do these guys get 5 stars and the reviews are shitty? They must be faking these ratings. So no.
You can actually encourage terrible reviews.
Also, if you want to help support the show as well, you can go to Patreon, find Murderess Podcast on patreon.com and support the show that way. For your efforts of supporting the show, we have multiple tiers. Based off whichever one you decide to join, we have some great rewards. I think one of my favorites is the Aaron Hernandez pick of Jamie and Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah,
So
we got our first one ready to go out.
we did. So we're going to autograph that, and that's going to go out to the person who has earned that. And thank everybody out there who is on our Patreon. We definitely do appreciate it. So shout out to all of our patrons. Thank you very much for supporting the show the way that you do. Now, Wahlburgers, terrible. Jamie's restaurant will have Pop-Tarts.
I wouldn't say terrible. It was average.
No, I'm going to say terrible because when you charge people that kind of money for a burger,
fine.
that's awful. You know what? Just because
I'm defensive of Wahlbergs.
I know, because they're Boston people. Anything Boston, you get a little defensive about. Boston shitty Celtics. Your team sucks.
Underachievers, man.
Patriots, cheaters.
So?
Boston Red Sox, I do help support only because I'm a Yankees hater.
Oh, so you're wearing a Boston hat right now?
I know.
Was that a Brooklyn bee?
No. How dare you? How dare you? Leave the Pop-Tarts and get out. That's why there's no candy on this desk.
Yeah, that's rude.
All right, so.
Need another $10 Patreon. Fill the candy jar.
He can't get candy without you.
My blood sugar's low.
Do like your Tiny Tim. Was that Tiny Tim from the Christmas Carol or whatever? The cripple kid?
Oh.
I'm sorry, the handicapped kid?
I would like more pudding, please. Or something that kid. I don't know.
Wait a minute. Is that a different book?
I don't know. I would like some more porridge or whatever the hell he's
porridge.
I don't know what the hell the kid's eating.
This is horrible. You haven't.
I don't watch Tiny Tim and all that.
Did you never read books to old Jack?
No, we read books.
Yes,
I couldn't tell you what books.
The way you said it is just
Where the Red Fern Grows. We read that. That was a good one.
What?
I'm like trying not to let him see my tears. It was sad.
Were you really trying to not let him see your tears?
Yeah, the dogs died.
How old was he at the time?
Oh, I don't know. 4 or 5 years ago, so maybe 8 or 9.
I don't cry, but there's only like a couple of things that makes me cry. Even now as a grown man, one of them is certain episodes of The Wonder Years. I will get a little teary.
Oh, yeah.
Because I feel bad for poor Kevin Arnold. For years, he tried to get laid by Winnie Cooper, and it never happened.
Yeah. He had another girlfriend on there one time.
That he left to go back to Winnie Cooper.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought, are you crazy? Look at
Fool.
Look at this young lady here. She looks like a grown woman. She's like she could be a teacher. You're leaving her for little Winnie Cooper.
Yeah, and it was Paul. He would have taken anything you threw at him.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. With those glasses, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. That Adam's. I just remember his Adam's apple for some reason. It was enormous.
I still do go back and watch it on Hulu. The Wonder Years is still one of my favorite shows. And I just think it was well written, and it is, and not that it spoke for my time, but I could relate to a lot of things that Kevin Arnold, the character, was going through.
Yeah, it was right in our age group. I think Fred Savage is like, who played Kevin Arnold, is like 3 days younger than me or something like that. I used to have a fascination with knowing people's birthdays when I was a kid.
Yeah, but the show is based off time well before when we were even born.
Yeah, it was like in the 60s or something.
Yeah, we weren't even thought of at that time. So, but I guess that's a testament to good writing, good stories.
Yeah.
Can be relatable to any time period.
So it gets you to cry, huh?
Every once in a while, it gets me get a little teary eyed with it.
Whenever they share a picture of like a kid who has like a disability, but he's doing something. There was one recently. I think he had like leg braces on. He was trying to run. And like he fell and he got up again and he fell and he finally passed the finish line. And I'm watching this video and like didn't even realize like I'm ugly crying at this video at this kid who fought to, and he had the biggest smile on his face. I'm like, he's so happy right now. And I just couldn't. It was awful. I'm gonna get teary even thinking about it.
I don't cry at stuff like that.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, that stuff doesn't get me.
Who cut an onion?
Yeah, that stuff doesn't get me.
Oh,
Well, you're more sensitive.
I'm very sensitive.
Yeah, I'm not that guy. So
unless we talk about any constructive feedback for you, then you get pretty sensitive.
No, I take constructive feedback. What are you talking about?
Just not from me.
You know what? First of all, you very seldom give constructive feedback. All your feedback is meant to get some type of reaction out of me.
Just go for the negative reaction.
Right.
I'm building your character.
No, you were like the terrible stepfather. You could never throw the baseball.
I just want to see you succeed.
How many scholarships did you get? I got 10. Why did you get 11? And so you're a terrible stepfather.
They're all state schools.
Right. These are all JUCOs. So you're like the terrible stepdad when it comes to giving me any type of critique. You're all
it comes from the heart.
So the only other thing that gets me teary-eyed is like I got a little teary-eyed watching the Michael Jordan documentary just because I have not watched it yet. I really love Michael Jordan. And I love watching that. And because I'm a competitive person, so I like to see competition. I like to see sport.
He is the ultimate competitor, as they say.
Dude, I love it. I love it. One of the things I took from him at a young age, and I still use it now, almost regardless of what the industry I'm dealing with over the years, is the way he could create these scenarios in his head where I need to destroy you. Maybe you did not slight me at all, but in my mind, I'm taking whatever you did and then I'm turning it into a slight.
Right.
I'm going to let that motivate me to step on your neck.
Yeah, like Isaiah Thomas, right? I know Isaiah Thomas slighted him somehow. Or the Pistons in general did. And
they did. They did. And this is me being from Detroit. They did. Someone shakes your hand when you beat them, and then you refuse to do it when they finally get over the hump and beat you, and you just walk off. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And according to Isaiah Thomas, it wasn't even his idea, which he laid it on Bill Laimbeer, but that doesn't matter.
Isaiah was the leader of that.
You were the captain of the team. You could have said, no, we're not doing it that way. But let's not get down that rabbit hole. I don't know if anyone cares about the
Nah, probably not.
But crying.
Crying.
So are you still a big crier now? You think?
It still happens when I watch those videos.
Is there anything Jack could do that you think would make you cry, like getting married maybe?
Told me his girl was pregnant or something. I don't know. I would straight punch him in the face.
I would come
not
over,
even 14 yet.
I'd come over and hold him. I'm not going to get the same charge you're getting, but I'd still go do some time.
You weren't even there if the cops ask.
Nice.
I got you.
Nice. Pretty sure you're going to get under the fucking spotlight.
I only got about 3 more years that I can kick his ass, and then it's going to happen. It's going to happen soon.
Pretty sure you're going to get on the spotlight and fold and say it was all me. But yeah, I like the fact that you're saying that you believe that you will hold
up front. In my mind, I feel like I won't say nothing.
How did they find my address, Jay? I don't know.
Oh, here, let me send you the pin.
I had a great time in Vegas this past week. So hard segue, but I had a good time in Vegas. Went out there, did a few shows, met a lot of people. It was a great time. In case he ever listens to this, shout out to my man, Big Iris J, for letting me crash on his air mattress.
Oh, nice.
It was not nice. I mean, it was nice, but it was not nice. I decided this trip, I was going to keep it all business and go back to our roots as comedians, where you crash on a couch or air mattress. This is the first time I've ever gone to Vegas, and I did not book a hotel room.
You're right. I
stayed completely away from the strip. People there who I know didn't even know I was there. I just made a post on a Saturday night that I was doing 2 shows out there. And just kept it focused, man.
Well, there you go. And you got some stage time out of it that was unexpected.
Well, I'm pretty good. I expected something to happen, but
they don't know that yet.
That's right. But for people out there, when I say back to our roots, that's what comics do. So many of us travel around. A lot of us are not making money yet. We're making enough to survive. And, whether we have a friend who works at the airport, there's so many comics that I've met who worked at the airport to get the free flights. And then because they're able to work at the airport, get the free flights, and they're able to put you on, you can get buddy passes.
Right.
So then there's comics who do the buddy pass thing to get around from gig to gig, or they take the mega bus from Vegas to here and back and forth, or they just have to jump in their cars. But
yeah, I lived with a comic, and more than once. I mean, I would get up in the morning, and there'd be a comic sleeping on my bed who I had no idea who this person was.
Right.
But I knew they were a comic friend of my roommate. So
right.
That's just what you did. You bring them in.
Yeah, you let them crash. And the funnier they are, obviously, the more likely you're to let them crash. If they're taking it seriously and they're really out there grinding. Crash again on the couch or on your bed or on an air mattress or sometimes just on the fucking floor. I went and auditioned for NBC's Diversity Weekend or whatever it was. I can't remember what the name of the whole deal is, but I had gotten a room that weekend because I was not going to sleep on the ground. And when I got to the club, there were, I don't know how many comics who slept overnight on the hard ground of this casino.
Ugh.
Waiting to get seen by the people of NBC.
Maybe all the hotels were taken.
No, they could have got a room right there in the Stratosphere. That's where it was at LA Comedy Club. They could have got a room there as the Stratosphere, which is probably one of
comics don't have Vegas money.
No, they don't. That's what I'm trying to explain to people. This is
comics.
Right. That's what I'm trying to explain. So a lot of comics, this is what they do, and they go around the country doing this.
I can't believe you're going to be real fresh for your set when you're sleeping on a carpet.
Well, I was real fresh in my set because I slept in a nice hotel room and I still bombed. I fell on my fucking face. It was the worst.
It happens.
That was the first time it ever happened to me. It was the worst thing that's ever happened. Would you stop tapping the desk?
Oh, is that coming up on the sound?
Yeah, nothing.
Sorry,
No.
I'll stop.
No, it's just weird. If you guys,
I can't hear it because I don't have headphones.
if you guys hear slashing, that's not me murdering my co-host.
It's not, for the record.
It is not. But Vegas was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. But I love Vegas in general.
Yeah, ooh, I love it too. I'm a degenerate gambler, but that's probably why.
Oh, I hate gambling. But I just don't. I don't do it. The wife goes with me. When she goes with me, she gambles $20, and she gets upset losing $20. I don't want to lose anything.
Well, that's good though.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I've seen some friends who gamble, and it is not a pretty sight to see whether they win or lose. Because I feel like even if they win, they don't know when to stop.
No, God, no.
I'm like, get up from the table. What are you doing?
I don't know how many times I've been in Vegas or Laughlin with my girlfriend and, I only lost 40. I'm like, oh, well, that's not bad. I was up 400, and it's always that type of story. I'm like, are you shitting me?
I've heard that story so many times. Here's my thing behind it. Why wouldn't, if you were gambling, whenever you won, why wouldn't you just take your winnings and put them in your pocket and just gamble with what you kind of came with?
That's what I do. I cash the voucher out, put that in my wallet, and then put another 20 in. And then cash out all my vouchers at the end.
So, yeah, and I don't understand why more people don't do that. Why they just keep it all. But I don't understand.
It's a disease, Sidney. It's a disease.
I feel like whenever you're talking about something like gambling or anything else that you just ask questions or people don't want to ask, it's a disease.
No, they suffer. It is a real thing.
It's the same thing when I talk about people who smoke crack. I don't know why people. It's a disease, Sidney. It's a disease.
There was trauma.
I don't want to hear about any of that. We all have trauma. It doesn't have to turn into doing drugs. But that's another topic for another day. We got a great show lined up for you guys today. Jamie Kameyer is back in the building again. So very happy to have him here. I'm very happy
to be here.
Happy that my wife has been turned into a Pop-Tart mule. So now she's bringing up Pop-Tarts. So he doesn't eat
She's the glue that keeps us together here.
Okay, whatever. Whatever. I felt like I was the glue that keep us together.
Yeah. You bring Pop-Tarts, we can talk, but and brown sugar and cinnamon, that's my favorite.
I tell you what, I'll let you take credit for getting my wife and I together if you stop eating my Pop-Tarts.
Absolutely.
All right, then you won't eat any more of my Pop-Tarts.
I was already taking that credit anyways.
Yeah, you actually were.
Sure, Sidney, we can fit one more in the limo. Let's go. Oh, hi, nice to meet you.
You said I could have a guest. What are you talking about? I'm not going to debate this with you several years.
I'll just make up shit till I'm right.
I can't wait for you to get married again. See how that works for you.
Not happening.
Thanks for saying that. The jinx is on, folks. Everyone I've known who said this, I'm not doing that. I'm not getting married ever again.
I'm not saying there's no ring or nothing like that, but actual paperwork, why? We can both claim head of household. Ring.
Whatever you say, man. Whatever you say, homeboy. I will be there when it happens.
You will.
Are we gonna do it? Are we gonna do it in Vegas?
I don't know if I trust myself.
You see what I just did there, folks? For people out there who have never tried this trick, when you're dealing with a good friend who tell you what they're not going to do, just start asking questions that lead towards that direction. When they start answering them, that means that they've given some thought to doing it.
Yeah, but I'll go to Vegas for anything.
Okay.
For a divorce party.
Whatever. I was right. On to the podcast.
On to the podcast.
On this week's episode of Murder's Podcast, we explore a young woman who eventually became the other woman. Using air quotes here, people. I got a lot of energy. I think it's the Starbucks I had today. In a relationship with a celebrity athlete that turned fatal, it's the deadly Sahel Kazemi.
Sure, sounds close enough.
That's her name.
Kazemi.
It is Kazemi. Sahel Kazemi, known to her friends as Jenny. When I read that, I thought that was completely asinine.
Jenny?
Her name is not, Jenny's nowhere close in.
Where do you get Jenny?
Could you just call her, you know what? Could have called her Cass.
Cass, yeah.
So short. Something. But
no, they just didn't. She's like, you know what? I want to be Jenny.
All right. So known to her friends.
I'll be Bob
Jenny.
for the rest of this podcast.
Bob. So thanks, Bob. Thanks for joining Sidney and Bob on this podcast. So she was known to her friends as Jenny. She was born on May 29th, 1989 in Iran. She was one of 5 children that grew up in the capital city of Tehran. She was raised in, I'm going to make sure I get this right, Baha'i faith. This is a newer faith that teaches that there is a worth to all religions and believes in the unity of all people.
Oh boy, not in Iran, there's not.
Well, Iran is a pretty hardline Muslim, speaking of that, is Muslim country, and they don't take well to other forms of faith. According to an account provided by an ex-boyfriend of hers, while in Iran, Kazemi's mother was murdered. Sahel was only 9 years old at the time. When the authorities came to investigate and found out the family was not Muslim, they turned and left.
Oh, that's rough but believable.
Yeah. This according to her sister, make sure I say this right, Azadeh.
Sure.
That's it. Because I looked it up.
Because I'm saying it, and that's it.
Azadeh. No, I looked it up. Azadeh. I found this new.
I cannot argue this one.
This new website that if I type in the word or the name, whatever, it will give you a audible way of saying it.
I've heard that, but I mean, do they know? Do they take into account like this name is, an Iranian name? Do they know that?
That I don't know. I just know I type it in and it gives me the pronunciation.
Is that how you found Medellin?
So Sahel was supposed to be with her mother at the time of the murder, but she wanted to stay with her sister and play. Mom went home alone and died during a robbery/home invasion. The family believed it was fate that spared 9-year-old Sahel. To escape the persecution, her family fled to Turkey before ultimately ending up in Florida, officially landing in Jacksonville on August 29, 2002. When she arrived in the U.S. at the age of 13, Kazemi did not speak any English.
Oh.
Her sister, Sohaila, I'm sorry, folks, make sure I say that right. Sohaila.
So that one did not go in that Google Translator.
That did, but I do not remember that one.
Meant to type that phonetically out.
Her sister, Sohaila, who also migrated to the States, became her official guardian. She never spoke of her father, and any references to him were edited out of her immigration documents.
Oh, an orphan at 13.
It happens.
I guess at 9, really.
Kazemi acclimated to American life very quickly. She learned English in addition to already speaking Farsi and Turkish. Although she was said to be very friendly, she didn't make many friends at school. She got picked on and struggled to fit in anywhere.
It always blows my mind. It blows my mind to hear someone speak a second language, like how you can switch gears like that. But to speak like a third language, it just blows my mind. The brain can do that.
I'm with you. I keep saying I'm going to get a Rosetta Stone and learn a new language. In my wisdom, being a high school kid, I did not take Spanish. I took French.
Oh God.
But that was
and then moved to Arizona, land of the French. Right?
But being a high school boy, all the hottest girls were in the French class when I was in high school.
Parlez-vous français?
So I did not, and I cannot speak one lick of French now. You cannot drop me anywhere in France, and I would be able to find my way to anything other than the McDonald's.
Right. That doesn't change, right?
McDonald's?
McDonald's, s'il vous plaît.
You know more French than I do. And so I wish now all these years later, I really should have. But then I wouldn't remember it. Like my baby brother, I think he took 2 years of Spanish. I don't think he really could speak any Spanish today.
It's the vocabulary. You learn more vocabulary that way. But till you actually try to speak it and get, immerse yourself in it and speak Spanish to someone else, that's the only way you can ever.
Well, right. Use it or lose it, right? Like,
so why little kids pick it up. They don't even realize they're learning it. It's the kids who say their parent, their parents are immigrants, whatever. It's Spanish at home, English at school type of thing. It's not learning to them. It's just the way it is.
Yeah. The wife is a school teacher and she has kids who are of Hispanic descent and they speak Spanish, when they're speaking amongst each other, they speak Spanish. They're trying to be slick with shit. And they don't know initially that Mrs. Smith, knows Spanish. And they'll be cursing at each other or calling each other bad names. And she'll, hey,
pendejo. I know that word.
Stop calling, not do. And they look and she says their eyes get all wide. Like, how does she know?
Yeah, my kid was asking my girlfriend how to call me names in Spanish. I'm like, I know those words, dude. You're not going to. I go, first of all, it's puto, not puta. I'm a male.
What's hysterical is that he is asking your girlfriend.
Oh yeah, and she tells him. And he was telling me I had a beer belly.
Spanish. You have no control over anything.
No, I just show up.
You end up dead. There'll be many people who will be suspected.
No, I won't be dead. I make a good yes man.
This is true. That's why I keep you around. All right. So despite this tragedy, and the tragedy for people, because we just got sidetracked there a little bit. The tragedy of what happened with her mom and just struggling to fit in. So despite this tragedy, she was said to be constantly upbeat. When asked to describe her personality, her nephew Farzan Abdi described her as very energetic. She never got tired and wanted to have fun all the time. At the age of 17, Kazemi dropped out of high school and moved from Florida to Nashville. Tennessee, with her boyfriend at the time.
That's a bold move at 17.
And dropping out.
Yeah.
And I would have to say that things probably weren't that great for her at high school. That's normally, I think you see most people drop out of high school when things just aren't that, whether it be friends or grades or both.
Once they get a job and then they get a little income in, you know what? I can afford a room somewhere. I don't need this.
I'm thankful I never fell prey to that. She would work multiple jobs to make ends meet, and she was said to be proud of the fact that she did not have to ask her family for any money. She liked to shop at BB. I remember every woman shopped at BB. I don't know if those stores even exist now.
Wasn't it like the law back then, right?
Like every girl walked around with a BB t-shirt that was like rhinestoned out across the breast.
Where did you shop? It must have been I was always like Chess King or Merry-Go-Round, I think, were the two I went to.
Yeah, but we were young when those were around. BB's after
high school. Had get my Z Cavarici with the metal chain.
Yeah. So high school, yes, Merry-Go-Round and Chess King. And then those stores, we didn't have many men's stores to shop at anyway. And then those just went away. But Z Cavaricci's, never really got into the Z Cavaricci's.
Oh, I just wanted the name brand. I was like, because I was in Catholic school up through 8th grade. Well, I went through high school, but I had to wear a uniform in 8th grade.
Yeah.
And then I get into high school and I get all these Z Cavaricci and Boss and all this, and the silk shirts that I absolutely sweat through in by the first period.
Everybody did. You would a silk shirt.
People like, who is this guy? Because I wear a t-shirt. I wore a t-shirt with Mickey Mouse in junior high school. I didn't care.
Right? Who are you now?
No, it's like, who is this guy? Don't kid yourself.
Every kid who went through the middle school transition to high school knew they had to up their game from there to there.
Oh, when you're wearing a lime green shirt with dark green pants and a plaid tie for your uniform for 8 years, you can only go up. There's only one direction.
The amazing thing is every male child goes from 8th grade to 9th grade. Oh, this is it. Oh man, we're in the big leagues. Oh, the girls, because the girls do dramatically change.
Yes.
From 8th grade to 9th grade.
They change before we do.
They change before we do. Some of them change even in middle school, but when they come back that summer after 8th grade, in between 8th grade and 9th grade, dramatic different.
New hairstyles, new clothing styles.
Body parts have increased size. I mean, but we are still 8th grade. Some of us still mentally 7th graders.
Trying to figure out why we got a boner during social studies.
But
there isn't even a girl in this class.
The one thing that we can control and we think is going to matter when we get to 9th grade is our clothes. And so, no, I cannot wear the Mickey Mouse t-shirt in 9th grade. I can't. No, we got to do this up. This needs to be different. Little do we know, we're still not going to get anything in 9th grade because all the 9th grade girls want to be with the upperclassmen.
Yeah.
But it is. I'm just picturing myself and any to this day, just picturing any boy graduating 8th grade middle school, going into high school and looking at if you did a side-by-side picture of what you were wearing in 8th grade versus what you'd be wearing in 9th grade. And you with the Z Cavaricci's and a silk shirt that you're sweating
with sweaty armpits.
Tell me you at least wore a t-shirt.
Gold chain hanging out.
A gold chain too?
Well, I didn't wear a t-shirt because it was warm. It was muggy then. September when you go back to school, it's still muggy as hell there. So no, it was silk on skin.
Yeah, but so you got like this sweaty nipple print.
Well, if you're running, like because you're running, you're still kind of immature, so you still hustle around with your friends there, and then you get like that under boob sweat. Oh, it's no look to have.
I never had under boob sweat, so it makes me laugh.
You need some under boobs.
I do not. All right. So she liked to shop at BB. And yeah, BB, I think, came years after Chess King and all that in high school. But I do recall a lot of girls, when I was in my 20s and early 30s, a lot of girls, that was a thing, BB.
Hey, BB? Black shirt with the pink BB across the front.
Yep. Or they had the black tee with the rhinestoned out BB across the front. This guy.
Bedazzled.
So she liked to shop at BB. Her closet was said to be full of clubbing clothes. She was also a big fan of hip hop. She told people that she had dreams to one day become a flight attendant or an interpreter or a wife and mother, depending on who you talk to.
Yeah.
Or what is it? Like she's got like 3 different personalities in her head.
If the guy's really hot, I just want to be a stay-at-home wife.
If he has money, if he can keep me in BB, I will stay at home. She would eventually get a job as a waitress. Well, this is not nowhere close to flight attendant or intern. But she would eventually get a job as a waitress.
Interpret the menu.
At the Dave & Buster's in Nashville. It was here that she met a man named Steve McNair, who was a monster of an athlete. For those of you who don't know who that is, Steve McNair played 13 seasons in the NFL as a quarterback for the Tennessee Titans as well as the Baltimore Ravens. He was drafted number 3 overall in 1995 draft by the Titans, who were actually the Houston Oilers at the time. I remember when Steve McNair played. I mean, he was good. I think he was
that Super Bowl against the Rams. Everyone remembers
that was that was so close. I was rooting for them so hard.
I was too. I was a McNair fan.
So hard, and that was Eddie George at the same time, right?
Yeah, he should have been on that team.
Yeah.
Mason was a receiver.
Derek Mason. Yeah, he was a receiver for them. Absolutely. Steve McNair, dude was just a tough guy.
He's big. He's a big guy.
Yeah. He was a big, thick guy. I can't think of McNeese State. Did he play football at McNeese State?
Alcorn State.
Who am I thinking? Oh, I'm thinking of Joe Dumars played basketball at McNeese State. That's what I'm thinking of.
That's random.
Every once in a while,
different sport, different,
completely
different time.
Has nothing to do with the story. Completely different person. But yeah, Steve McNair was a great athlete and awesome quarterback. Known as Air McNair, he was one hell of a football player. He was an All-Pro 3 times and was the first African-American quarterback to win the AP NFL MVP. For people out there who were not aware of what any of that means, he was the first quarterback to win.
He was good.
The Associated Press National Football League Most Valuable Player Award.
Impressive.
Well,
equally impressive. The guy who was an NFL.
That's right. That's right. Me and McNair, like right there, neck and neck.
Right there. How do you not have a nickname?
I get my first special. I'm passing. He was even drafted by the Seattle Mariners baseball team, but football was clearly going to be his sport. I always like those dual. Like that was one of my things. I love Deion anyway. I love Deion Sanders' brashness. I love that his speed. I love the way he played cornerback. He was the only reason I would ever want to play defense on a football team because I just loved what he did. But I also really enjoyed that he was able to excel at both sports, baseball and football. Obviously, better football player.
Yeah, I mean, but when you say excel, he played in the major league.
Yes,
so that's impressive.
Very impressive, and he swung a decent bat. You know, I like those guys who can play both sports, and obviously, you can't serve two masters, so you're going to be better at one than the other. But what you're looking for, at least what I'm looking for, is to see that when you play that secondary sport. Do I see anything that says, man, if you really stop playing that first one, you could be really good at the second one too?
Yeah, I don't know if Deion had that in baseball. I mean, he was just an incredible athlete. That's why he, could play that sport because he was so fast. He just had all tools, but there's no way football was ever going to come second to baseball.
No, but I'm saying if for whatever reason, if he decided to stop playing football and just play baseball, I think he could have been a great baseball player.
I don't know. Not like Bo Jackson was.
Bo was another one.
Bo was great at two sports.
Yeah. And that doesn't come ever.
Yeah, that's rare. Two very different sports.
And it was terrible to see how he went down. But that's another story. Let's not get too sidetracked on that. So, again, he was drafted by the Seattle Mariners baseball team, but football was clearly going to be his sport. And, Jamie, you got a little bit of a fun fact.
Well, I've been doing fantasy football for about 21 years now, 22 years.
Jesus. How many titles have you won?
One.
Retire.
But I won it the 1 year that the Patriots beat Seattle in the Super Bowl, so I'll never have another fantasy football year. Like, it's very competitive. Like, there's 12 of us, and at least 8 of us have been there for 15 years at least. Yeah. So I've been around for a while. The very first player I ever drafted in my very first fantasy football league was Steve McNair.
Really?
Number 2 overall.
Really?
I didn't know what I was doing. My first pick was Deontay Culpepper. I need a quarterback that also rushes for touchdowns. I'm like, well, I do too. Give me Steve McNair.
I can see you didn't know what you were doing because his name was Dante Culpepper.
What did I call him?
Deontay. Was there a Deontay?
Sorry about that bit of racism right there. My apologies.
So what is his name? Deontay. What is that?
You've been waiting for me to mess up a name, haven't you?
What is that black guy's name? Deontay. What about the black guy in the back? Deontay.
You putting words in my mouth.
What about that black guy you do the podcast?
Come on, man. I'm from Boston. People are going to believe you.
What about the black guy you do the podcast? Oh, I know personally. That is Sidney Deontay.
His name's Sidney, but it's really Deontay.
Right. Air quotes Deontay. All right. So McNair would ultimately announce his retirement in April of 2008. Deontay Culpepper.
I mess up one name.
So getting back to Jenny, she was a popular and well-liked employee at Dave & Buster's. Her manager, Chris Truelove, when I was pre-reading this, I saw Truelove. I said, what kind of stripper name is this?
Yeah, he made that up.
He had to. I'll be interviewed.
I don't want to answer to the press again. I'll give you a fake name.
I'll be interviewed, but I'm going to hide behind this curtain and give you a fake last name. So her manager, Chris Truelove, described her as pretty outgoing. She liked being around customers, and the customers enjoyed being around her. It was while working here that she would meet the former All-Pro quarterback, Steve McNair. Kazemi was a very attractive woman. She was a very attractive woman. At the age of 19, she caught the eye of McNair, who was 16 years her senior.
Whoa.
At first, she refused his advances, but she was eventually smitten with the celebrity athlete, and they began dating soon afterwards. Now, I always have a huge issue with men in their mid-30s dating girls still in their teens.
Yeah, you could literally be the
I just
father.
do. Right.
I mean, I get it. What's he going to do? He's 36 years old. He's living life, right? He's got, I'm guessing, a lot of money. He can have whatever he wants. So, I mean,
exactly.
The world is your...
Right. So why a 19-year-old... You get it. You can have. I have a theory when it comes to men who are in their 30s dating girls that much younger. I feel like they have a control issue.
Are they professional athletes?
Regardless.
Well, how the hell are they pulling that off then?
Or, she's 19. You can get any man out here who has relatively somewhat who has a gift of gab, who has at least 2 quarters in his pocket, and he doesn't live with his mother. If he's in his mid, and girls age. I'm sorry, they. This has been said often. This isn't me trying to lay anything on women. So if any women are listening, please don't be offended by this. But women are, we just talked about this, even from high school at the age of 14, they're always looking for what they figure to be the much older, more mature man. A girl who's 19 more often wants to date someone who's older, as opposed to one of us who's her age, and we haven't even matured to the age of 19 while we are 19.
So afraid to ask her out. She's walking around with Steve McNair.
Well, right. Well, so back to what I was going to say. I always feel like, and this is why I don't like this, that I don't like anything where it looks like men are just sitting back. I tell my sister this all the time. Men are by nature, we're hunters. And so we know, if you will, how to get whatever prey we're trying to get. And that includes out here in the dating world. And if you're a 35, 36-year-old man dating teenagers, you're doing that more than likely because you have some type of control issue. You're not going to, it's easier to get a girl who's 19 to do everything and whatever you want, as opposed to dealing with a woman in your own age group who has some life experience who's probably going to tell you to go fuck off.
For the common person, I agree 100%. But for a celebrity athlete, it's just a different game.
I don't think so. I think for the celebrity athletes, even more so than just for your.
How young can I get?
What do you mean?
Like he's like, he's 36. Let me see if I get a 19-year-old here.
I don't think what's the game here? He already knows he can get the 19-year-old. This is just all about, now I can get her because now I can have this young girl who has no life experience and not enough anything in her head at that point to be able to tell me to go fuck off. And probably I can do whatever I want.
When I was 36, I wasn't getting any 19-year-old.
That's because you didn't try.
Oh, no. No, I didn't try, but I don't think it would have mattered.
I disagree with you. I just
teenager at that age.
I would love to hear from any woman out there who's listening who agrees with me. I want to hear that, or who disagrees with me. So please go to
I want to hear that.
Go to murderesspodcast.com, drop us a note, and let us know. Or even better yet, go over to, if you're listening on Apple, drop us a little something on the Apple Podcast. If you don't want to leave us a rating, that's fine. But I would love to hear your thoughts on what we're speaking about right now, because again, this is just something I absolutely hate. I'm absolutely against it, and these are my reasons why. And I would still say, Jamie, you, if you had wanted to, could have picked up a 19-year-old girl because they don't know any better.
Well, you're clearly giving me a lot more credit than I deserve.
I'm giving any man out there who's older, who's trying to talk to a young girl who doesn't know any better. I'm giving you credit, but that's only because the young lady doesn't know anything.
I'll have to spit. That's going to be some real game. I got to get my game way up for that.
Okay. Well, it's a good thing that your girlfriend, who is older than 19, does not listen to this podcast as often as I wish she did, because she would kill you on this drops Thursday, she'd kill you on Friday.
We'll edit this out.
Yeah, no, we will not. Kazemi was a very attractive young woman at the age of 19. She caught the eye of McNair, who was 16 years her senior. At first, she refused his advances, but she was eventually smitten with the celebrity athlete, and they began dating soon afterwards. McNair was at her apartment a couple of nights a week, often enough that the neighbors thought that he lived there.
Oh.
McNair took her on vacations to Los Angeles, Las Vegas.
He's going on vacation to L.A.
I thought
this is downtown.
I thought the same thing when I read it. Vacation.
You are standing where Rodney King.
This is what you're doing?
Yeah.
After calling Dante Culpepper Deontay, now we're...
I'm just saying that's like the history of LA.
Every once in a while, your Boston
terrible
comes out
history.
Your Boston, you've been living here a long time, but every once in a while, Boston seeps right up to your pores.
Who said I say that?
Yeah. All right, I'm not going to say.
I'm just saying that's not anything about Rodney King. Just LA.
No,
it's infamous history.
No, it's just that's where you went. You could have said anything.
It's not where I'm going on vacation.
No, but that's no. You could have went anywhere with LA. First thing you went to was Rodney King.
Name one bigger instance.
No. You
name something more well known than that incident.
Look, okay, Boston, just take it easy. McNair took her on vacations to Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Key West, as well as his home state of Mississippi.
Oh, that's a vacation if I ever heard one.
Well, I'm gonna continue before you start talking about Mississippi.
It's kind of implied.
There you go. Take it easy, buddy. I'm inferring some things here.
No. I'd go the other way. Mississippi's a burning crosses state. Right?
And okay, here we go. We're gonna carry. They were partying.
We don't want to offend our burning crosses segment.
You may have a couple on here. Actually, you may have a couple. You like Trump over here every once in a while, just dropping a few nuggets in here. Just what?
Not true.
Why are you putting that back in? What are you doing?
I'm getting hot.
Oh my God, no! This again?
God, if you weren't too cheap to spring for a little AC in here. I mean, we're in the desert, man.
Now I'm cheap, or maybe I don't need the sound over into the audio.
What, my shirt coming off?
Well, now
I still have my under thing on.
I know, no, but the sound of the suction from your armpit, though, as you were taking
that was not true. That did not happen.
I got to edit that out now.
Add some like wet noises to it, just spruce it up.
It's not like someone's just walking through with wet plungers and just.
Well, that was my tongue thing.
Oh yes. Speaking of which, that is the weirdness that you just heard, because I forgot there are people who wanted to know. That is just Jamie. How would you describe that?
Oh, just flicking my tongue off the side of my gums.
Off the side of your cheek. All right.
You know, like see someone like try to, they snap their finger against their hand.
This is getting way too complicated. Just tell people what you're
I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's
okay.
a tongue thing.
You're right. Tongue against his cheek. That's what it was. So no one out there want a t-shirt?
Like tongue flicking.
We'll do it again. We'll do something else.
I identified the tongue thing.
Okay. So vacations to these exotic places, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Key West, and Mississippi. They were partying in VIP rooms. The website TMZ even had a picture of them parasailing. McNair was said to not only be a fan of her beauty, but also her independence. She was into him and not into his money or celebrity status.
Yeah,
her nephew, Abdi, said, quote, he liked her so much because they would go shopping and stuff, and she would want to spend her own money. The reason he said he loves her is because she's not trying to use him like other girls. She was different from other girls he had been with, close quote.
And she's half his age.
However, trouble in paradise was just around the corner. Sahel's family came to Nashville to celebrate her 20th birthday. At this point, she seemed very happy and was planning to move in with McNair. She had put up all of her furniture on Craigslist since McNair's condo was completely furnished, and she would not be needing it.
Should have hung on to that futon.
Well, McNair, right, 19. What could you have? All right. McNair was still married to his wife of 12 years at the time, which Kazemi was aware of, but McNair told her that they were in the final stages of a divorce. Only problem was there was no divorce plans.
Lies.
Not only that, McNair was allegedly seeing other women as well. One night, she was camping out in front of McNair's condo, spying on him to see if he was, in fact, cheating on her. Well, sure enough, her suspicions were correct. She saw another woman leaving the condo, and Kazemi followed the woman home. Fortunately, that was the end of it, as Sahel concluded that this behavior was reckless, and in the end decided not to confront her. But that is the behavior of a 19-year-old girl.
Yes, a 19-year-old would not know that this former, celebrity athlete might be seeing someone else on the side.
Right.
Or maybe you're the side.
I am, the whole, and I've known women who've been through this. I'm getting married or divorced. Well, he says he's getting divorced. So, it's going to be, and I'm still surprised how often that story still works. But, I know women who are still falling prey to that. Sahel was also starting to get into some financial trouble. Her roommate had moved back home to her family in Pennsylvania, and now she was stuck paying the entire rent on her own. She had 2 vehicles that she was making payments on, a Kia, as well as a Cadillac Escalade SUV that she claimed was a gift from McNair. Now, I'll say this about the Kia. It's not a Hyundai.
No. But it is the other Korean car.
Just a little callback shout out to our good friend and listener, Audrey, up in Flagstaff. So the Kia.
I'd rather have a Kia.
For people who this may be your very first podcast you're listening to, you go back, hopefully listen to others. You'll catch up to what we're saying here between Hyundais and Kias. So the Kia, and look at the difference in the 2 cars she was making payments on, a Kia and then a Cadillac
Kia you
Escalade.
Can put in the Escalade. It's not a gift if you got to make payments.
Right. So that she claimed was a gift from McNair. So she claimed it was a gift. And this is going to your point. The title to the Escalade was in both of their names. McNair had to have made a down payment on it, but the responsibility of the monthly payment fell on her. So this is not a gift. You have just helped me get another bill.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for ruining my credit. The gift of ruined credit.
As she, again, being 19, does not understand the importance of having as few car notes as possible as you possibly can.
Yes.
One
is a lot at 19.
I am not 19 years old, but I would throw a fit if I had 2 car notes sitting out in my garage.
Oh, no.
I'm not upset. I'm upset about the one.
Right.
I'm not upset. It's a nice car. I like it. But man, I can't wait till it's paid off. I don't believe in trading cars in and getting new ones and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I'm driving mine till the wheels fall off.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Or the engine transmission gives out, which is coming.
Yeah. I hope you make it out of my neighborhood before it does.
You'll know. You'll be the first to know if I don't.
She had given a Kia to a friend who was supposed to take over the payments for her. That never works.
Never.
But that did not work out, and the car was eventually returned to Kazemi. At this point, the car payments were several months behind with the bank. Kazemi had also been arrested for a DUI on July 2nd of 2009.
Is there a bigger rock bottom than being months behind on a Kia?
What? Is there? Is that worse than like being...
I think that when you always look for that, what was the stressor, as they call in those? This was it right here.
Oh my God!
Being behind on a Kia.
Look at you bringing the verbiage from the shows, TV shows.
I watch those crying. What's the stressor? What really made him break?
You think
getting that Kia back 4 months behind? Is that a ding in the door?
Wait. No, the rock bottom is when you start hiding that Kia in your different relatives' garages so they can't come get it.
Could take an Uber to drive your Kia.
I have so many friends over the years and relatives over the years who would park their cars in other people's garages so that they couldn't come and repo the car.
I always parked my good car behind the car that I was behind on when I was younger.
Is that what you did?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so you...
I was a little reckless in my early years.
So you hit rock bottom before then.
Oh, I didn't know I got out of it.
What was the brand of the car that you were late on?
Oh, a Maxima. It was a Nissan Maxima.
Was it all pimped out with the wheels and the chrome?
No, God, no. No, I got it new. I loved the car. It was nice. I think you drove it actually once.
Oh, that Maxima?
Yeah, that white one.
I'm thinking...
That was a long time ago.
It wasn't that long ago. I'm thinking like back in your teens.
Oh, maybe 8 years ago.
How did you... Okay, if we can ask real quick, if you have a quick answer.
Well, I got laid off.
Okay, all right. Okay. That's right. I forgot about that white Maxima. Yeah, you did have that. All right, okay. So, rock bottom, the Kia. And then you turn around and say, wait a minute, now I've been in that situation.
Yeah, with a Maxima at least.
It wasn't a Kia. So, Kazemi had also been arrested for a DUI on July 2nd of 2009 while driving the Escalade, and I would knock on wood and be very thankful. I do not know what I would do if that happened to me. First of all, I'd be so afraid of being pulled over in the first place. But to actually be pulled over and know I was in the wrong, this kind of wrong, man, to think about the way they hit you with the bills they hit you with in Arizona.
That can be $10,000 by the time you get out of that.
Without,
that's if you can get out of it.
I was going to say without even fighting it. I think it's automatic 10 grand without even fighting.
Well, you're going to lose your license for 6 months. There's all kinds of fees. Plus, you spend a night in jail. Who's your first call going to be? Your wife?
Of course.
Yeah. I guess I'll call my girlfriend. She would judge me the least.
Well, she's got to be the one to get you out.
Yeah.
Yeah, come get me up.
She's my ice in case of emergency in my phone.
I would be embarrassed to make that call, but it would be to my wife, and I would be embarrassed because I'm still somewhat traditional, in a lot of ways. Not that she's barefoot and pregnant and cooking me bacon and eggs every day. She's a career woman.
No, she's too busy getting Pop-Tarts.
Right, too busy muling Pop-Tarts for you. God forbid she ever retires and can't get those Pop-Tarts for you. But I would be embarrassed as a man to have to call my wife and say, look, I made this kind of mistake and this is going to hit our bank account and God knows what else.
Yeah. To drive again. I think that's what makes it expensive is to get to be able to drive again.
You got to do, I think, the classes you got to do. And
you got to get that interlock on your steering wheel. You got to blow into the thing.
Right, that thing. Oh, but leading up to that, you don't get to drive until everything's kind of settled, right? So you got to Uber around or Lyft around?
Yeah, probably. I don't even know.
Up to that point. But anyway, my first call to answer your question would be to my wife, but I would be so embarrassed to make that call.
But Arizona's like the land of DUIs. I mean, you're like one of the only people I know without one.
Well, don't just okay. We'll knock on.
We're both knocking on wood.
Yeah. Well,
and I've never got one for the record.
Then
knocking on wood again.
Then we're two people who don't have one, and I like to keep it that way. Once released, and later that same day, Sahel told a coworker that she bought a 9mm semi-automatic weapon.
A smart move by a 19-year-old
for $100. Here's a very smart part: she bought it off of a guy in the parking lot of a mall where she worked.
Oh.
She also told the associate that, quote, my life is a ball of shit and I should just end it, close quote. Looking for attention, I think, at that point. So if you jump back 2 weeks, she had struck up a conversation with a random customer at the Dave & Buster's. And who doesn't like this?
Right.
Named Vera Mosley Buckner. Kazemi asked the stranger if she could talk to her. Buckner says sure, and Kazemi sat down in the booth across from Buckner and starts the conversation with, quote, have you ever been in love, close quote. From there, she just lays it out all on the table. She says, and can't quote this directly, but I date Steve McNair. We've been dating for 8 months and and we've been all kinds of, this is a little choppy here. We've been dating for 8 months and we've been on all kinds of vacations. But lately he acts like he doesn't want to spend time with me and I don't know what to do. Buckner tries to comfort her and even as her daughters take a picture with her, which Kazemi agreed to. So they're taking a picture and she's trying to comfort her at the same time.
Okay, yeah, sure. Cheese.
Could you just take a break from the crying? Just smile for 2 seconds. Screwing up my picture. So from there, they eventually wrapped up the conversation and the Buckners left the restaurant. Fast forward 2 weeks. Kazemi's breakdown has been well documented within the 200 pages of interviews, search warrants, and text messages provided by the Nashville Police Department. Sometime on July 1, Kazemi found proof McNair was not being faithful to her. There were used condoms at the downtown condominium he co-owned.
What a nasty bastard leaving dirty condoms.
And where they often would hang out. She already suspected that he was having more than one affair. Now she knew for sure.
Those things are flushable, even if you have septic. Well,
now let's give old Steve McNair there the benefit of the doubt. A girl can go find things if she's searching for things, go through trash and whatnot. So I don't want.
That's DNA. He's got to be smarter than that. He's got to flush that.
I would agree, but I don't want to make it sound like he's just got him under the bed. I don't want to besmirch the man's name.
What's that stuck to your shoe?
The man that Kazemi had introduced her parents, who told her friends they'd be in the wedding, was not only still married, but also was seeing at least one other woman. Kazemi's behavior that day is all over the place. She clocked out of work for her half-hour lunch break, but didn't return for 2 hours. When she got back, she told her boss she needed to leave, and he sent her home for the night. That evening, she asked Adrian Gillum Jr., a man she had known for only a few weeks, how to buy a gun. He had one ready to sell her, he later told police. He wanted to get rid of it because he, too, was having financial problems and needed some extra cash.
Here's a gun to a minor, because you got to be 21 to have a pistol.
Yeah. After work, Kazemi met up with McNair at one of their regular hangouts, Corner Pub and Downtown Sports Bar. Vent Casper Gordon, a chef at McNair's restaurant, Gridiron 9, was also with them. By the time they left hours later, she was in no better mood than she had been earlier in the day. She, McNair, and Gordon left Corner Pub in the Escalade about 12:45 a.m. Kazemi was behind the wheel. Of course she was. She was driving too fast and was pulled over by MNPD. Sahel was caught going 54 in the 30. She was going pretty good. During the traffic stop, the officer had Kazemi exit the vehicle and reported she had bloodshot and watery eyes and an obvious odor from an alcoholic beverage coming from her breath, but denied any consumption.
She's probably being a bitch too.
What? you just went to that?
I know how people get when they're drunk with cops.
She displayed several indicators of impairment during sobriety tests, including unsteadiness on her feet, and was eventually placed under arrest on DUI charges. See, again, you got the 30-something-year-old guy with this 19-year-old girl. You're not even protecting her. You're allowing her to drive. And when I said a moment ago, of course she was driving, was just to me another add-on. And I know some people are thinking like, what are you're saying these things negative about Steve McNair and whatever. Look, I understand he was a victim in this story, but what we do on this show is we look at it from both sides. And I'm always going to look at it when you're talking about a 36-year-old man dating a 19-year-old girl. And I'm completely against it. I don't give a shit who you are. And having this drunk
She's not smart enough to put herself in a better situation.
Well,
or experienced enough.
It's experienced enough, but you're obviously not only using this girl for sex, but you're using her for whatever else you're doing. And I'm sure all of you are drinking, but yeah, you drive because if anything happens, you can catch the charge. I'm not going to catch it. And that's the way I am looking at it. So, and was eventually placed under arrest on DUI charges. Gordon and McNair, meanwhile, were free to go. They called a cab back to the Corner Pub before Fauzi Saeed Ali, a cab driver who regularly picked up McNair, arrived at the bar to drive the two to Free at Last bonding company. Thank God for that.
Well, at least he's going to bail her out, right?
McNair completed the paperwork.
Or is it for the vehicle? On impound.
Can't get this car impounded. Because McNair completed the paperwork on Kazemi's bond, and after her release, the two wound up in the back of Ali's cab as he drove them to retrieve Kazemi's Cadillac. At 2 a.m. on July 3rd, Kazemi texted McNair saying, "I'm going to have all of you soon." And McNair replied back, "Yes, you will."
Weird.
Well, no, she was just texting saying, "I'm going to have all of you soon." Like I'm just me and you.
Yeah.
That's what she's implying to him.
Oh yeah.
Obviously
so he was not on the same page though.
Not in reality, but in this text conversation it was, because then he replied back, "Yes, you will."
Yeah, well, I think she had a different motive is what I'm guessing.
8 hours later at 10:05 a.m., she texts McNair again saying, quote, "Baby, I might have a breakdown. I'm so stressed." Close quote. It is unclear if McNair texted her back. She called a few friends that day to make 4th of July plans. She tried to sell some furniture on Craigslist, went to work and clocked out early and texted McNair that she had to be with him that night. So seems like she may be spiraling a little bit at this point.
A lot going on with the DUI and the financial troubles.
Her knowing.
Yeah.
Because and it doesn't say anywhere else that we've discussed today that she's ever confronted him about this leading up to that point. So she's got all this she's working with. One of her, again, at 19 years old. One of her final calls was to Lucretia Polite, a friend she had planned on going out with that night. Polite said that she was in Memphis and that she couldn't go out. It's the evening of July 3rd, 2009. Sahel had plans to go watch fireworks. Her outfit included pink shorts and metal earrings.
Oh, cute.
And we are back at the early morning hours of July 4th, 2009. Kazemi was once again sitting outside of McNair's condo after leaving work early when he got home between 1:30 and 2 a.m. Her mind was made up at that point. It is believed that she was able to let herself in, and once inside, she found McNair on the couch. He was presumed to be sleeping on the couch, and Kazemi, with the 9mm pistol that she had previously purchased from the dude in the parking lot, shot McNair 4 times, twice in the head and twice in the chest. He died instantly. Steve Air McNair was only 36 years old.
Sad.
And I remember when that came across the ticker, that was a huge news to everyone who was a fan of football. After killing McNair, Kazemi sat down on the couch next to McNair's body, positioned herself so that she would fall into the lap of McNair, and then shot herself. Sahel Jenny Kazemi was 20 years old.
Damn.
The next afternoon, Polite, the friend who was in Memphis, her phone started ringing Have you heard from Jenny? The TV stations were reporting that McNair had been shot and that a woman was found with him. From that moment on, it was panic mode, Polite says. When I finally found it was her. I couldn't do anything but cry. It wasn't just the fact that my friend had died. It was almost guilt for me. Close quote. I'm thinking in my head that if I had gone home like I said, Jenny would have been with me. She wouldn't have been with Steve. But police believe the conclusion was inevitable. They say that Kazemi, overwhelmed by mounting bills at DUI she had received 2 days earlier, and a realization that McNair was seeing another woman, had already decided her fate as well as the fate of Steve McNair. According to the investigation, traces of gunpowder residue were found on Kazemi's left hand. The Brico Jennings pistol was found underneath her head. A manager at Dave & Buster's who worked with Kazemi on that fateful night told police that Kazemi normally was upbeat, but in the hours before the murder, something was different. She rolled her eyes when asked about McNair's promise to divorce his wife, Michelle.
Oh, he's digging.
Yeah. Yep. Just trying to figure out what's up with her because she seemed off.
Right. See what's going on. Let's go. Let's dig right in about the divorce.
So this death was not without its conspiracy theories. Former police officer Vincent Hill investigates fraud for credit card companies. In his spare time, he goes through police documents and tries to contest the police's ruling of the McNair case. Roughly a week after the murder, Hill went on Facebook and contacted Kazemi's sisters. He typed something they no doubt were searching to see. He said he didn't think Kazemi murdered McNair. He points to the item in the police report that lists McNair as having only $6 in his pocket when his body was discovered. Hill also says he has talked to some of McNair's friends who say the quarterback thought he was broke if he didn't have a couple $1,000s rolled together in a rubber band.
I totally get that.
Do you? Is that your lifestyle?
Not back in my Maxima days.
He wonders about inconsistencies in the statements by Adrian Gillum, the man who told Kazemi the gun and this man who sold Kazemi the gun and is serving 2.5 year sentence in a federal prison for being a felon in possession of a firearm. Gillum told police that on the night of McNair's murder, he was with his friend Tony Smith, who works at Bellevue Out Bonding. Smith, in a separate police statement, said, "Oh no, I wasn't with Gillum the night of July 3rd. Gillum also exchanged numerous texts with Sahel on July 3rd, but told police he initially lied to police about his relationship with Kazemi because his fiancée was present in the first interview. Hill also wonders why Wayne Neely, the friend who found McNair dead in the downtown condo, called at least 3 people and waited 45 minutes before another friend eventually called 911.
Oh, wow, that's a little sketchy.
That's very sketchy.
Yeah.
Don Aaron, a spokesman for the police department, says Nashville police stands by its investigation. He offered up Hill's personnel file. It's more than 100 pages long and features the highs and lows of Hill's 4.5 years on the force, the reprimands, the commendations, the disciplinary action pending over a high-speed chase, and accusations that Hill disobeyed orders. I get what they're trying to do, but I also get where police departments, especially when someone famous dies within their jurisdiction, where they feel that stressor, to use your word earlier, or feel that pressure rather, to get this closed quickly.
Yes. Don't make any mistakes because it'll be
as clean as possible.
It'll be magnified 10 times in the media.
Yeah. So this is pretty simple. Steve Air McNair, dead, murder, suicide, girlfriend in his lap. Done. We don't need to question. I think if it was, you and whomever, and not being famous, they would probably dig a little more into if I found the body, supposedly, and did not call the cops, but call 3 other people. I think that's something they would have done it too. Hill says that he resigned from the force to spend more time with his daughter and that he isn't doing this to sell books or trash his former employer. I was a very proactive officer, Hill says. I wasn't just going in at 7 a.m. till 3 in the afternoon and sitting at Waffle House. I think my record speaks for itself.
What's wrong with Waffle House?
First of all, the Waffle House is terrible.
No, it's terrible, but you know what you're in for.
They're right, terrible.
It's great Sunday morning.
No.
When you're hungover.
Oh my God. I'd rather go to Denny's.
Yeah. More options, I feel like, at Waffle House.
Yeah, and all of it ends with probably some type of other people's food in your food. It's terrible.
Well, I didn't ask for this biscuit, but all right.
it's awful. I'm never a fan of just cheese slices laid over my eggs when I say I want cheese in my eggs.
Oh, I haven't got it like that. I get like the taco cheese spread on. Like the shredded.
Yeah, well, I'm not a fan of that either. Would you want to cook this cheese into the eggs, maybe? It took you 6 years to get the eggs over here. You think this cheese was going to melt on 6-year-old eggs? No. Put it in the eggs when you're cooking it.
Those eggs will not be yellow anymore. That's 6 years old.
That's why I don't go to either one of those places.
Yeah, probably smart.
Actually, my favorite place to go, and you need to go, this is a great chance for me to drop in my buddy's restaurant, Over Easy. It's my favorite spot in the valley.
Oh, was that one?
They got 8 of them, or 9 of them now, all over from the West Valley to the East Valley.
Oh, is there one on Bell near like the 17?
No.
Okay, I'm thinking of something else.
You are completely. But check them out. Great food. All right, so Hill presented a complaint to a grand jury panel requesting that McNair case be reopened. He says he pulled out a photo of Sahel holding a puppy and an 8x10 picture of McNair in a barbecue apron, smiling proudly in front of his grill. He says he told the panel they are why he's here. A few days later, Hill was informed that there was not enough new evidence to reopen the case. It was the news that the Nashville Police Department expected to hear, and it confirmed the result of what Chief Steve Anderson described as hundreds of hours devoted to solving the case. Without any doubt, Anderson said in a statement, I remain confident in the murder-suicide conclusion. The death of McNair sent shockwaves to the sports world. There were memorial posts from former teammates, the Tennessee Titans owner Bud Adams Jr., and even the NFL commissioner Roger Goodell. McNair owned a restaurant called Gridiron 9. It closed on July 4th, just after the shooting, and it would never reopen.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
Could have been good there.
What? He left behind 4 sons. Family and friends of Sahel were equally shocked, describing her as a sweet girl who did not have it in her to kill another human being, as well as herself.
Did she?
Yeah, it's a great debate here between the police department there and Hill. Her nephew, Abdi, said, quote, she had just made it, with this guy taking care of everything. Well, that's what making it is? Dating some guy?
Yeah, that's well to some people, I guess.
But that flies in the face of the whole thing that he said earlier that I read, where she won't let him spend his own money. And that's why he loved her. Whatever. Sahel would always say that she would be famous.
Infamous.
Right? It's more like it. Sahel Jenny Kazemi was buried on July 10th in Jacksonville Memory Gardens in Florida with the inscription, My Little Angel, on the gravestone. This was followed by a private ceremony with about 30 friends and family in attendance. They would stand in a circle and share stories of their family member and friend.
Hey, do you remember that time she killed Steve McNair? We've already used that one. You got anything else?
You're so wrong sometimes. Ceremony and cemetery personnel would keep reporters and photographers from covering the graveside service and from speaking with family members following the ceremony. Steve McNair fun facts here.
Oh, nice. We love fun facts here.
In July 2012, McNair was named the 35th greatest quarterback in the NFL's post-merger era, according to Football Nation. McNair's number was retired by the Titans during a halftime ceremony against the Indianapolis Colts on September 15, 2019. McNair was inducted into the Black College Football Hall of Fame in 2012 and the College Football Hall of Fame in 2020. Dude, he still died too young, though. I mean, those are great things, man. Great accomplishments. What are your kind of your final thoughts on the story? What do you think?
It was interesting, only because I knew this person. Now it's different when you know who at least one either the killer or the victim is, and you followed him for years in sports and stuff. Now it hits a little bit differently in that case, but the girl went through a lot at a young age.
Yeah, and I learned a lot. Like we were saying earlier, everyone knew about. If you're a football fan, you knew who Steve McNair was, and so when he died, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And you knew that it was a woman, but I didn't know all these details. Like, I was young then. I didn't care about all these different details. Steve McNair died.
He didn't care about the killer. He cared about him.
Right. And so I was fascinated by this as I was reading it because it had so much information about who did it. And again, it gave me a different slant to the story. And hopefully we give other people different slants to stories, even if they're stories that they think they've already heard. But it gave me a different slant to the story, and I'm still completely against Steve dating this young girl and putting her through those paces.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Once you're 18, that's it. You got to learn some things the hard way, I guess.
You do have to learn some things the hard way, but
don't drive drunk at 19 in an SUV doing almost double the speed limit. I mean, sometimes people learn the hard way, and if you learn the hard way, good.
But I'm going to put some onus on a 36-year-old man who's dating a 19-year-old girl and not telling her the truth.
It wasn't him that put a gun to her head.
This guy. All right. So I'm Sidney Smith, and this is Jamie Kabaya from Sidney Smith Creative. This has been Murderess Podcast. If you like our show, be sure to tell all of your friends and family, or at least one. Just share it with at least one person if you do enjoy it. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts. That is so important to us. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you're listening right now.
iHeartRadio.
If you are listening on Apple Podcasts, don't forget, leave us that 5-star rating, and a great review. Remember, you can also support the show and receive bonus content by joining our fan club by going to patreon.com/Murderess Podcast. About the story you just heard, we sourced it from thetennessean.com, ESPN.com, and San Diego Union Tribune.com. Remember, be aware of your surroundings, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.